Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess. Now, before we get into the mess, I just wanted to say Happy Pride Month to all the LGBTQIA plus. I'm just gonna start saying LGBTQ because I get confused after that. Okay, no shade. I'm just saying. But happy Pride to everyone. I just want to say this, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. So yesterday was June the 1st, the beginning of Pride Month. It's June every year. Okay. I went to the neighborhood talk and Hollywood Unlocked because I was looking for hot topics, and then I just kind of gave up. I was like, I'm just going to, rest today, and then we can get into the business tomorrow. But as I'm searching for things to speak about, they had two separate posts, of course, because it's two different blogs. Neighborhood Talk posted something about Pride Month. Hollywood Unlocked posted something about Pride Month. The amount of negative comments in the comment section, I don't know why I'm always so shocked at my big age, because at this point I kind of know what to expect anytime the blogs post anything LGBTQ related. I know what direction the comments are going to go. Most of the comments are going to go. But for people to be as negative as they were, and some of the people, if not most of the people, know that Hollywood Unlocked is owned by Jason Lee, a gay man, and the neighborhood talk is also ran by a gay man. It just kind of reaffirms what I've always said, how people, it almost feels like a minstrel show in a way, because it's like the people are okay with you, they want to kiki with you and laugh with you because, you're a funny punk, right? But anything past that, I don't really fool with you like that, right? The fact that so many people can go to the neighborhood talk, Hollywood Unlocked, and that it's gay owned. And when people tell you in the comment section, girl, y'all know this is a gay man's blog, you say you still don't care. Just an FYI, for if you don't know, um, I am a gay man, okay? And I try to be, but I am an ally to trans women, trans men, non binary, non gender conforming, all L things LGBTQ. So, okay, um, I don't allow any type of. It's one thing, I am an advocate for um, open communication. I'm an advocate for having conversations, but once it starts to go in a direction of like passing disrespectful, then girl, we don't play it. I don't play that over here. Now, what other people do on their pages is completely up to them. But over here, I don't do that, girl. Your comment will be deleted, and you probably will be blocked. Okay, I'm just saying. Again, I don't mind people asking questions. We've had conversations before, plenty of them. It's not what you say; is how you say it. That's how I operate. But yeah, um, I just thought it was weird, and then I'm going to move on because I really don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on this. Des Bryant, ignorant, okay, but most of them are. Hollywood Unlocked posted some tweets of his on their page. Oh, excuse me, on their page. And I'm not going to go through all the tweets because I really don't care. But one of the things that he said that stood out was this tweet, and I'm just going to skip right to the very end where he says, "Imagine telling gays that they have to advocate for straight people. They probably would have a problem." And I'm just going to say this, and then we're going to move on. I say this with love to all of the straight people who watch and support me. You don't have any issues because you're straight. You don't have any issues in the world because you're straight. You were not picked on in middle school, high school, college, and beyond because you were straight. You were not beat up because you were straight. You were not declined services whether you walked into a coffee shop, a restaurant because you were straight. You were not denied a job because you were straight. There are LGBTQ folk out there who have experienced one, all, and even more of what I just mentioned. If you want to play the oppression Olympics, that is fine. But to try and use the straight card is absolutely insane to me. Girl, if you want to go down and use the black man, black card, the black woman, the black person card, girl, have at it, I understand. But to pull the imagine telling gays they have to advocate for straight people, they probably would have a problem. Why would LGBTQ gay people, as he said, why would we advocate for straight people? What issues in the world do y'all have because you're straight? How many laws are there out there? Anti-heterosexual laws out there. I just want you to Google it because I already know the answer. And I want you to Google how many anti-LGBTQ laws are out there. I already know the answer. I know the answer. And I bet you when you see it, you're going to see over 500 anti-LGBTQ laws. And some of them are even bills. So all I'm saying is, it's no shade. Like I said, girl, if we want to play the Oppression Olympics, shout out to the diva. We can play it, but I just feel like that's not the card to play. I don't know no straight person, whether it's my mama, my sister, my brother-in-law, my cousins, my uncles, girl, my friends who have had issues because they are straight. Now they probably have issues because they are a woman, because they are a black woman, because they are a black man, a black person, because of their hairstyle, right? But they ain't had no issues because they were straight. So again, I don't know why we would have to advocate for straight people. Now we can advocate for black men, black people, black women, women who wear their natural hairstyles, men who wear locks. Like there are so many other things that we could say, but we're not going to say straight. Anyways, let's move on and get into the mess. Let's talk about Vanessa Bryant. Oh, I have to hurry up, y'all. Ooh, I'm going to be so sleepy in the morning. Girl, I have to get up tomorrow because Bailey, girl, I'm so upset. Girl, Bailey is graduating from pre-K. And girl, their graduation, guess what time their graduation is? Girl, 8 o'clock I think it's 8 o'clock or 8:30. Girl, what? Girl, y'all know I'm a night owl. I don't go to sleep, and I have to take melatonin most of the time. Girl, I don't even go to sleep until 7 sometimes. Girl, hello? Girl, so now I have to hurry up because it's 11:05. And I need to take I should have took the melatonin a minute ago, but I'm going to take it after this video, and then yeah, because I got to go to sleep, and that's the only way I can go to sleep. All right, so this is according to the Jasmine brand. So Vanessa Bryant denies pregnancy rumors using Rihanna memes. So after rumors surfaced that Vanessa Bryant was pregnant, she didn't waste time shutting them down. On Sunday, June the 1st, she reposted a photo of Rihanna flipping the bird on vacation with the caption, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant and having fun all summer." She followed that with a second meme that read, "I'm not mean, I'm just not the one." Since losing her husband, Kobe Bryant, and daughter Gianna in a 2020 helicopter crash, Vanessa has kept a low profile and focused on honoring Kobe's legacy through the Mamba Foundation, She hasn't publicly dated anyone since Kobe's passing. Share your thoughts below. Let me just say this, and girl, I don't want to shake the table, upset anybody, okay? But I'm gonna say, but we're gonna have to say what needs to be said. If Vanessa Bryant was about to become the next Octomom, that would be okay. Kobe, unfortunately, has been dead for 5 years. The amount of people on Twitter, really men, really straight men, well, I'm assuming they were straight, that were upset because they thought that she was pregnant by somebody else. Because that's why this went viral. It's been all over the internet. People have been right. It's all over TMZ because people were upset that they thought that she was pregnant. How long do y'all expect Vanessa, if Vanessa wants to be in another relationship, how long do y'all expect her not to be with someone? If that's what she wants to do. Because she could just say, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Vanessa honored her vows. See, this is the thing, right? I pay more attention to what y'all say than y'all do. No shade. Girl, not y'all, but y'all. When people get up and say vows in front of God, family, friends, a judge, part of what you say is till death do us part. Well, unfortunately, in this situation, death has parted them. So even if Vanessa, and we might all think that she tired late and through if she did it. But even if Vanessa went out the next day and started dating, at the end of the day, Vanessa honored her husband and she honored her vows. Till death do us part, death parted them. So Vanessa at that point really can do what she want to do. It is absolutely insane to me. I'm going to go ahead and say it. That there are a group of people out there who expect Vanessa to be faithful to a dead man. When that man was alive, he wasn't faithful to her. No shade. We just gonna tell the truth. You expect that lady to be that faithful to a dead man to the point where she can never move on in life? How long y'all want her to be single? I'm not saying she gotta be in a relationship. And it kind of just goes to show that people, especially men, and even some women, look at themselves or look at women as property because some people did the same thing, still do the same thing to Lauren London. Remember, I think it was Kodak Black who had came out and said something about Lauren, and people was like, "You're not gonna be disrespecting Nipsey like that." Now, mind you, baby, Nipsey been dead and gone, and I think this was a couple of years after Nipsey passed away. Girl, why are y'all still getting worked up over somebody wanting to talk to Kodak Black? Y'all should be more disgusted that Kodak Black think that he could even talk to Lauren London. I think it was Kodak Black. Girl, it was somebody that I was disgusted by. Like, oh, girl. But it just goes to show that people do kind of look at, not kind of, they do look at women as property. And then once a man, you know, is attached to that person, especially if it's somebody who they like, cherish, love, put on a pedestal, if that person unfortunately passes away, they then are offended if that woman moves on, if another man tries to pounce on that woman. Like, what do y'all expect Lauren London to do? Be single for the rest of her life? Because let's be very, 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 very clear. If the roles were reversed, I can guarantee you by now, 5 years later, Kobe will more than likely have a new wife and probably a couple of kids. Be very clear. You think Kobe will be sitting around 5 years later grieving Vanessa and not having a woman? Okay, he had a woman when he had a wife. So you think he wouldn't have one if she was dead? Hello? 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 Is it on? Do y'all hear me? He had a woman when he had a wife. So if y'all think that he will be sitting around 5 years later, girl, please. Vanessa don't owe nobody nothing at all. And I don't even know nothing about that lady. Hello? I know she rich though. Oh, baby. When I said, baby, let me shut up. Shout out to Vanessa. All right, y'all. Let's move on. Okay, so this is according to people.com. Dwight. Dwight from Real Housewives of Atlanta. How dreadful. A fashion with no what do you say? How dreadful. A fashion show with no fashions. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Dwight Eubanks diagnosed with prostate cancer. I just have to laugh instead of crying about this whole journey, the celebrity hairstylist tells People. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Dwight Eubanks reveals that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. The celebrity hairstylist, 64, opened up to People exclusively about being diagnosed earlier this year and why he's so adamant about encouraging others to stay on top of their health. Nearly 30 years ago, Dwight's father was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He kept his diagnosis a secret from family before later dying from the disease. From that point, Dwight was very conscious about the possibility of having a similar fate. However, he says he was told that because the family history of prostate cancer came from his mother's side, there wasn't a high risk of him getting a diagnosis himself. So I was thinking that I'm good, he tells People. I was confident that I was Superman. Superman, I was cleared. I was about to be okay, and I just never thought about it. In January, Dwight's church was hosting a health fair and he decided to get blood work done. Listen to this. A week later, his doctor called and told him to come in as soon as possible. Despite feeling healthy and having no alarming symptoms, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. That is so sad. A follow up PSA blood test in April confirmed the diagnosis. I was shocked. I was angry. I was just emotionally a wreck. When you hear the word cancer, you freak out. I'm human. Society has told us that cancer was just devastating and you just have days to live. So, of course, I freaked out and I think I'm still freaked out. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer among men in the United States, according to the American Cancer Society. About 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed in their lifetime. However, Black and African American men are at a greater risk, girl, with 1 in 6 men who will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. Additionally, Black men are twice as likely to die from prostate cancer than white men. While Dwight was grappling with his diagnosis, he also learned that his cancer could have been caught earlier. As someone living with HIV since the 80s, the TV personality has had routine checkups with his doctor every 6 months. After getting diagnosed with prostate cancer, the doctors reviewed past medical records and noticed that in 2022, he had high PSA levels that weren't brought up. Girl. Girl, what y'all be doing? Not y'all. Y'all be on Instagram with us when y'all be looking over people stuff, records. When the tests come back, what y'all be doing? On the phone, talking? Not y'all, but y'all. What do people be doing? I was like, are you kidding me? This was back in 2022 and nobody said anything to me. He just said you're undetectable, so you're fine. Never said anything about my prostate. I guess they weren't looking at that. As frustrated as he was about the possibility of getting a diagnosis sooner, Dwight admits, I just have to laugh instead of crying about this whole journey. Now, to mark the beginning of Men's Health Month, Dwight is partnering with Zero Prostate Cancer as their new brand ambassador to raise awareness and encourage other men, especially Black men, about the importance of getting screened. Additionally, Dwight will be a featured speaker at Zero Prostate's Cancer Virtual Education and Support Summit, June the 3rd through the 5th. And it just goes on to say that he's working with his doctors on a treatment plan that will best suit him. This is sad. Girl, we need to go get checked. Hello? I wanted to say this also because the Neighborhood Talk had posted this on their blog, and there were some people in the comment section upset. And this is what the headline. This is how they. This is how they word. This is how they made. This is how they made the headline. Prayers up. Dwight Eubanks says doctors miss early signs of prostate cancer because they were only focused on his HIV. So again, there were some people in the comment section that were upset, and they felt like the headline um, was insensitive. And I put in the comment section, prayers for Dwight. I need y'all to read past the headline. Dwight disclosed his status. The blog did not. Some people were thinking that the Neighborhood Talk told Dwight's status. While the headline may come across as salacious to some, it's literally what Dwight said. He said that they were focused on his HIV, and that's why him being undetectable, and that's why they weren't paying attention to the fact that he had prostate cancer. Now, again, I can understand how some people may think the headline is salacious. With that being said, it doesn't take away from the fact that's what he said. I don't think I know this is not a situation where the Neighborhood Talk was trying to disclose someone's medical information. It's not like they went digging for Dwight's medical information. He said it in an exclusive interview with People. They reported what People said, and this is what Dwight told People magazine. That's it. But anyways, shout out to Dwight. And with that being said, we all need to go get checked. Hello, to make sure that we're good in the hood. All right, y'all. Again, prayers up for Dwight. I hope he is okay. This is according to the Neighborhood Talk. RHO, no, I'm sorry. This is according to the Jasmine brand. RHOA, RHOA. I just got done talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. RHOBH star Erica Jane's estranged husband, Tom Girardi, to serve prison time in fraud case despite dementia diagnosis. So Erica Jane's estranged husband, Tom Girardi, once a titan in the legal world, is headed to prison despite arguments that his dementia should spare him. On Monday, U.S. District Judge Josephine Staten. Ooh, Josephine, baby, she sounds like she black. No shade. Josephine might be girl. Josephine like she black, but Josephine ruled the disgraced 85-year-old attorney can serve time at the Federal Bureau of Prisons facility, rejecting pleas to keep him in assisted living. Baby. He will be designated to an appropriate facility. Um, Staten Staten concluded, citing Girardi's own courtroom behavior as proof of retained awareness. Girardi, convicted last year of stealing $15 million from clients, baffled the court with claims he'd recently traveled across country despite being confined to a memory care unit. At one point, his pants slipped down while leaving the stand, prompting the judge to note his quick. Girl, I did not know this. This is my first time reading this, honestly. Oh, girl, he was trying to play crazy. Girl, he was trying. Girl, I know that's right. Tom said, "Baby, I ain't going to jail." Yes, you are. At one point, his pants slipped down while leaving the stand, prompting the judge to note his quick reaction as further evidence of self-awareness. Oh, Tom. Oh, Tom. Tom, you was trying to play crazy in the courtroom. And Josephine said, "I ain't falling for the shit, nickel. Your ass is going to jail." Okay.
And clank de clank, clank de clank.
Prosecutors are seeking a 14-year sentence for his role in the decade-long fraud scheme. Sentencing is set for Tuesday. That's tomorrow. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star has not commented on this latest update regarding Tom. They're talking about Erica Jane. She filed for divorce in 2020, though it has yet not been finalized. I thought that should he be required to serve prison time? Hell yeah, shit, he did it. Y'all, not y'all. People be trying to feel sorry for people because they old. No, because you're old does not excuse you from accountability. Nigga, you did what you did. Your ass is going to jail. That's it. That's like to me, it's no different than somebody saying, "Oh my God, they're going to jail and they're so young." We could pull the young card. We could pull the old card. You going to jail, and you stole. Like, you know what's so crazy? What makes it bad? It's one thing. You know, it's one thing. I don't know. I think what makes it worse to me is when you hear who they stole from. You know, the people out there who was stealing the PPP loans. You better be like, oh girl, you're stealing from the government, girl. Now you really going to jail though. But it's kind of like, okay, girl, you stealing from. But when you kind of factor in, not me. Okay, be very clear. Okay, be very, 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 very clear. Okay, but when you look at the people who still in this situation, they said some of these people were burn victims, widows, and orphans. Oh my God, it's like when you hear like Jen Shaw stealing from old people. It just brings another layer to it, a whole nother layer. It's already bad enough that you're stealing, but it's not like you just out here taking out PPP loans from the government. Girl, you are stealing from people who really were counting on that money. You are stealing from old people who have limited funds. That's just like a whole nother situation to me. But yeah, Tom taking his ass to jail, and it is what it is. Erica Jane, girl, every time I look up, you got a lawsuit. Anyways, I'm gone. I have to take a melatonin to get to sleep. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day, a good night. Bye, y'all.